A Transvala champion. I hear your performance in the proving was nothing short of amazing. I must thank you for bringing both Baisel and Guidon back into the fight. His lordship was touched to see his old friends stand for him. There can no longer be any doubt where your sympathies lie. If you're ready, Lord Harrowmont will see you now. His lordship is eager to see you again.
Your father missed you sorely in his final days. I am glad you found a new place among the Grey Wardens. I've a broken heart, in my view. Some say Balin poisoned him, but I never left Endrin's side, and I don't see how. Balin did kill him, but only by what he did to you. He knew what a poor king Balin would make. He saw it sooner than the rest of us. One of his last requests was that I carry out his wishes as Orzamar's next king. It was the greatest honor of my life. House Iduken ruled for 9 generations through talent and honor, not by right. It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood. For us, the Darkspawn are a constant menace, so a blight may not elicit the same urgency you are used to. Ultimately, the Assembly decides what troops to send. If they no longer fear civil war, they'll have no reason to hold back. If you want my support to count, I will have to be king, and right now, there is no sure way to get there. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the criminal Carta she runs? The Assembly receives pleas every day from the common folk, begging that something be done about her. So far, no one has managed. Jarvia hides her base in Dusttown, the raw edges of the city where no one lives but casteless and criminals. If you would help me in this, it would show the Assembly that I, and not Balin, have the ability to defend and rule this city. A son? I did not... Your father didn't know of any son. I suppose the girl has no status of her own. If you help me take the throne, I promise I will formally adopt the child into my household. Is that sufficient? Will you assist me against the Carta? Do this, and I promise if I take the throne, I will not stop until the Assembly sends your troops. Look for Jarvia in Dusttown. Do whatever it takes to see that justice is served.
His lordship appreciates your support.
Of course. I always was gonna support him. After what Balin did to me, there's no way I was gonna support him. Balin could go do one.
What's next? All is well?
Now, if you're not a noble,
Just like you wanted.
noble dwarf like I chose, you'll find on the table, and one of these tables next to the bed, it will be the same letter that I was given from my old second.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Now that's Hermont's wife. But yeah, you'll find the same letter that, what's his name? I forget his name. that he gave me when he gave me the letter and shield. You'll find that same letter sitting next to the bed if you're a non-noble dwarf.
I have heard nothing from House Idugan. Please don't forget us, my lord. Is that likely, my lord? The throne, that's a lot to promise. But it's better than nothing. Thank you, my lord, and good luck.
What's funny is I slept with both girls, but yet only one of them got pregnant. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Anywho. There we go. Uh-oh. Balance supporters.
We must not exhaust our
Aromark has suckered the warden. Balin will not allow it.
Very well. As you said, shall be done. As you said. Right. Let us do it.
No! What's with the punching? They knocked me away.
Dear, the differences between this side of town and the others is striking.
Enemies approaching.
We'll get plenty of content once we cut them out of it.
As you said. The paragons were over.
Little existences.
You've begun. Shall be done.
And that guy right there has a quest for you, but I'm not gonna do it.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Very well.
4 against 1, douchebag. You really think you're gonna win? This lady over here, I will help.
Spare a bit for the need. Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I. A question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no, I can't bear to even think of it. My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. You would do that? But why? Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapster's in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
They'll deal with it right now. I'm not gonna do every single quest in this game. I mean, yeah, I know it's experience points, but that guy wants to sell me a lyrium chunk of lyrium and then take it to someone in the circle. And then this guy right here wants to put a chance right here and Ottoman. It's not a good idea considering the dwarves worship their ancestors. Anyway, oh yeah, I passed by the location I was going to. I was too busy chatting. I don't think I'm awake today.
What are you looking at, stranger? I could be. What business is it of yours? I have no daughter. Could be you met a casteless whore claiming she was once mine. What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it? Look, just tell her we never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say? Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple. What are you looking for? Know her. I used to run with her. Jarvia took over the Carta not more than a year ago, and already she's got every duster with both legs bearing swords for her. Won't be easy. She's gotten real careful since Barak died. Real paranoid. She's got Carta members all carrying these fingerbone tokens. She scratches some mark into them so she'll know they came from her. There's doors to her base all over the city, but only one is ever open at a time. And if you show up without a token, you'd never know it was there. Can't help you there, Salraka. The Carta members keep them real tight. Now, how about that coin you promised? I'll think of you when I go to bed with a full stomach.
Not sure, and you know where to go from here. This is a suspicious door. That's how we get into the Carta. To get the key, this door right here leads into this house, Slum's house, but it's actually the same house you live in when you choose a dwarven outcastless instead of a dwarven noble. So,
well, look what we have here. Jarvia said you were looking for trouble. Congratulations. You found it.
We must not stop them spy. Careful! Shall be done.
Don't kill me! Sorry, ancestors. What do they teach you on the surface? You fight like a bleeding archdemon. Sweet bloody stone, look at them all. Jarvia said you've been asking about. Don't look at me like that. I got a kid. I got no other way to bring in coin. The base is below the city. You can get to it through the wall of the third house on this row. Put this token through the slot, and it'll open. Well, will you let me go now? Really? Oh, thank you. You're a good person. How do they say it? The ancestors have shown their favor. Bless you.
What's the password? Looks like we have a martyr, boys.
As you say.
well, you didn't tell us that we need a password. Oh well. Stick with shoving my shield in your face.
It has begun.
Right ahead.
Get back up.
As you say. Very well.
I don't care about loot anymore. I'm just gonna kill whoever gets in my way.
If I see another pigeon, I will kill it.
Quickly, we must fight!
People get in my way, I kill you.
Shall be done.
Let's get on with it.
I shall do it. Very well.
Let's get to that point in the game where I just don't care about loot anymore. Alright, let's think I should get another specialization. What should it be? Let's see here. Over to armor. Dark. But that should be good. That's a good one. That's a good bonus. But it is a blood mage. She's not the blood mage type. So that'll work. I'm gonna put it into house. Alright, which way do we have to go? It's dead end. Dead end. I guess it's straightforward.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
It's not straightforward.
As you say.
Comes to this.
May the paragons watch over us.
Ooh, up with your head. Right my head.
I shall do it. Shall be done.
Alright, big guy. Check the ground. Oops.
Watch out!
I'm ready.
Right.
Okay, maybe I should let Lily take take the lead. Just keep an eye out for traps and stuff. I am gonna go this way.
I am here.
Never mind, Riley, there's actually a trap on the other side of the door. So.
Trap right ahead.
She says to Ella too late.
As you like. On my way. It's right. You force our hand. Right away. Yes, of course. As you like.
Please, stranger. Let me out. I see you bear no love for Jarvia. Please, help me. Please, stranger. Let me out.
I finished.
I see you bear no love for Jarvia. Please.
I am ready.
Thank you. We've been down here. It's been so long. Well, my friend didn't make it. Just stopped eating one day and all for a stupid bet.
And this right here, this dead dwarf, this lying here, that is the castless dwarf. That would have been you if you played castless dwarf. But you don't die. But that's where you end up. You guys will understand when I do the origins.
I shall do it. It's begun. No order shall be given. Very well. Come, let us end this. We must not exhaust our supplies.
Nice!
I'll try to be merciful. Sometimes.
Will you stop stabbing me in the back? Alright, moving on. I know there's plenty of loots that I'm leaving behind, but honestly I don't care. I've gotten to the point in the game where I just don't care anymore.
Make a preserver.
I shall do it.
I'm going to bed.
It is begun. Shall be done.
Put them back.
I shall do it.
It is done.
Take that.
So, Paramount finally realized we're taking the city, yet he still can't be bothered to send his own men. Well, you picked the wrong side, stranger. It doesn't matter who's king, as long as there's a queen. Hardly convincing when your blades are covered in my men's blood. Kill them! But leave the mouthy one alive. I have plans for him.
Wear your pretty teeth around my wrist.
I do. It's done. Right away.
Man, where did they keep coming from?
I'm going to wear your pretty teeth around my wrist.
He set up a trap.
Here comes trouble.
See, Shao. You did it again. Knock me over, just in the process.
I shall.
Man, where did these lackeys keep coming from?
We have done well.
I was about to say, I don't think she's dead yet. Just put your weapons away. Okay, now she's dead. I will go into here though.
What
So I
now?
believe one of those, yep, one of those letters are in here.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's right. We have to get the key from her body. Where is she? Oh, over there. Key. And some money. I'll say that's it.
What now?
God, by all the beards of my ancestors! How did you... Where did you come from? You made a hole in my wall! It does? Oh, sod it. If people find out about this, my business will be ruined. They'll think I have something to do with Jarvia. Dead? How? Did you... You did, didn't you? You killed her. And then you climbed out of there into my shop. Oh, just leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with this. And if anyone comes asking, I'm gonna tell them you did it. You again. Here to buy something, or were you just thinking of wrecking another part of my shop? I, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself. That she was. The best to walk these tunnels since Carta himself. Threw it away, chasing old dreams, though. The best smith who ever lived, bar none. He gave us the secret of forging golems that could walk, talk, and defend our borders. When we had them, no dwarf had to risk himself against the Darkspawn. It was a golden age for the smith caste. His work was lost centuries ago when his tide fell to the Darkspawn. No one even knows where it is anymore.
Didn't last 6 months as a noble before she set into the deep roads looking for ancient secrets. Now she's dead in the tunnels. All that brilliance wasted. Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface thinking she's like a cave tick. Won't let go. Ah, that girl. I've been telling her for years to give up those foolish notions. Magic's a human trick. If Dagna wants enchantment, I can apprentice her to a lyrium crafter.
This is Dagna's dream, if it makes her happy.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower.
I don't even know that. That's quite impressive.
Thank you, great lady. But am I right in guessing you haven't left Orzammar yet? You talked to him? Of course he won't let me go. He wants to sell me off for the highest dowry. I don't care if I lose my caste. I'll stay on the surface forever. Here in Orzammar, we're surrounded by stone and tradition and more stone. Nothing ever changes. But to break every natural law by thinking about it, to dream and walk in a realm where everything you think comes true, I can't imagine anything more wonderful. Well, I've waited 19 years. Another month won't kill me.
Oh, wrong way.
Of the hour. Lord Balin's claims that Lord Harrow Darkspawn proven false by alliance with Grey Wardens.
Welcome to Lord Harriman's estate.
I heard the news. Jarvia and her Carta are dead. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect them to surrender. Would that some of the noble caste had such loyalty. I have no desire to go back on my word. But when Balin heard the news about Jarvia, he raised the stakes. He is forcing a vote in the next 2 days. By law, that prevents the Assembly from hearing any other pleas. To help with your troops, I will require your assistance one last time. Do you know anything of the Paragon Bronca? Two years ago, she took her entire house into the deep roads on a mad quest to uncover ancient secrets. No one's heard from her since. Were she to return and endorse someone for the throne, the Assembly would be honor-bound to accept her wishes. Her entire house went with her. It would take a lot to kill so many. If not, bringing proof of her death, or a body to return to the stone, would still show that as an ancestor, it was my hand she guided to her remains. My men traced Branca's disappearance to an ancient crossroads known as Caradin's Cross. It is many miles below where we normally venture, but I can provide a map to lead you there. Just enter the deep roads through the mines. Thank you again, and may the ancestors guide your steps.
Before we head off to there, I had to go to the deep roads. I had to go to the proving to get that stolen thing from the
Three
safe.
wardens present in Orzammar. Endorsement of Lord Harrowmont, a blow against Lord Balin.
Yeah, I had to get that the thing that was stolen from the shipwreck. Apparently they're in the proving. Oops. Oh, just pass by the building. So they I get disoriented in this place.
I have a question each may be able to answer, Elder Mage.
Must it always be Elder Mage? I'm not a wizened old crone just yet.
Would it prefer Mage well past her prime don't mind the sagging bits?
You have an odd way of requesting answers to your questions.
I'm curious about the abominations of the tower. Is it possible for such a creature to become a human again?
Yes, it is simply very difficult. It requires travel into the Fade.
And is the mage the same afterwards as the mage was before?
No, I have never met such a person, but no, they are changed forever.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, wise one.
Enemies approaching. The warden has joined Harrowmont.
More Balin's fanatics.
We have nothing to talk about, Warden.
I haven't done a thing.
More enemies ahead!
I knew this very well.
Coin command takes the order now.
No quarter shall be given!
I shall do it.
Very well. Any fight, Carta?
Alright, we got the boat. Now let's take it to the shipwreck. Or get turned around. One of the two. Actually, I can take it back to the shade pit later. I don't have to do it now. I can take it back to the shade pit when I get back from the deep roads. In the meantime, I'm going to head to Denerim.
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecilia let me stay instead of turning me out on the street. You are like her in some ways. You have the same poise, the same air of nobility.
Oh, child, I am hardly noble.
I learned that nobility isn't just something you are born with. I have met nobles who are very petty and mean, complete degenerates. Then, there are people with a certain dignity and grace. It draws you to them, no matter who you are or who they are. I think the lowest peasant can have the most noble spirit, and it will always shine through. It is this nobility of spirit that you share with Cecily.
Why, thank you, Liliana. It is very kind of you to say that.
Well, as I was gonna say, I was gonna head to dinner because I still have the dragon scales and dragon, but we want to end up going to dinner eventually. But I was thinking about going to dinner to get me better armor and stuff like that. Because we had that dragon scale, but it can wait.
There you are. I thought I'd spoken to a Grey Warden, but for some reason I chalked it up to the drink. I know you're down here to look for Branca, and I need to ask a favor.
You're Ogren, right?
You remembered. I'm sodding touched. I guess now that Sir Upright and Honest thinks my Branca's still alive, you're not so quick to say I'm crazy, huh? But they haven't found Branca herself, and that means whatever they've got, it's not enough if you don't know what she was looking for. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Branca. Otherwise, good sodding luck.
Okay.
You should know that Branca was looking for the Anvil of the Void, the secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Carradine built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branca planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Carradine's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years. If we're going, let's get moving. Bronca's not gonna Sarding find herself.
We have to bring him with us, but I'm still gonna bring Shao. Because you guys will understand later. I will be right back.